Good morning. It is Tuesday, and yeah, welcome. If you're new, then I hope you enjoy what I'm going to put out this week. I don't even know what I'm going to put out this week yet. If you're a returning viewer, then welcome back. My name is Amanda, and I am the creator and designer behind Little Forest Makes. And I design crochet plushies, crochet animals, and have recently started designing some wearable stuff too. I finished off last week's vlog and I'm late in getting it up because I was in a really bad flare-up. If you're new, I have chronic illness and it can suck sometimes. So yeah, I have spent a lot of time sleeping. I've spent a lot of time just resting. I have been in quite a bit of pain and the fatigue's been bad. So I have just been doing what feels nice, really. And I'm really lucky to be able to do that. I left work last year, was it? And pursued designing full-time, which is incredible. And that allows me the flexibility to be able to listen to my body and rest when I really need to, even though sometimes I don't. So I have moved some things about schedule-wise for my business, and I'm taking this week as a bit of a breather. And I thought that would involve, reading and sleeping, and that would be it. But I ended up pulling all my fabric out and I've started quilting. I don't know why I do these things. I'll show you one of the more finished ones. But now I've never made a quilt, so none of these squares are going to be particularly neat and accurate and whatever. But I've basically just used up scrap fabric that I already had. I had a charm pack, the 5-inch square charm pack that I cut into the 2.5-inch blocks. And I've basically been making these patches that I'm eventually going to block all together. So yeah, I have went over with a little zigzag just to give it another bit of texture, kind of handmade feel. And I'm loving how it's looking. The backs aren't particularly neat by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think they're too bad. I have bits that have got stuck, but again, this is handmade by my tired, flare-up hands. And yeah, I really like this one. I've really been enjoying this, and it's been quite nice to look at because some of the fabric, it's like, oh, I made my mum a bag with this fabric and I made my gran a bag with this fabric, and it's just nice to kind of look at them and see, I don't know, past projects and stuff. So yeah, I'm thinking that that's what I'll kind of play away with this week. That and my Deco Dream Shawl by Stephen West. I wanted to just film a quick hi to start the video off for the week. I am about to go and get tucked up in bed with my book. I'm still working away on the Crescent City book, the first one, and it's really picked up. I'm really enjoying it. So that's been really fun to read. I'm sorry, you can tell I'm still struggling with the brain fog. Please be patient with me. But I'm feeling good mood-wise. I think as soon as I, say to myself, right, that's it, we're going to stop for the week, maybe even just half the week, we'll see how I feel. It took so much pressure off. It got to the point that on the Saturday night, was it? I was in tears because I was in so much pain, but it's a chronic, ongoing thing. There isn't a quick solution, there isn't a cure, it's one of those things. And I was feeling so sorry for myself because I was breaking my heart crying, and I turned to my partner and I said, I feel like I should be in hospital. Now, I'm one of those ones, I was a nurse. I'm fed up with hospitals, I don't want to be in them. So the fact that I was saying, like, I feel like I should be in hospital, this is how bad it is, I think that it let me realise how bad it had been. And yeah, it's not good, but it kind of brought to light of, okay, you're not finished resting yet, you can't jump back into work. Because I came back from our holiday, had a big flare up, and then immediately tried to jump into getting the kids back to school, getting this design done, working on this, getting such and such written up, and I think my body just went, hang on, we're not done. So yeah, anyway, that turned into a bit of the journal factory burning down moment. Sorry. I'm going to work on this quilt. I can't decide yet if I think I'm wanting to keep it because obviously it'll be my first one, but at the same time I know that my mum and dad really love these kind of things, and I knit them a massive blanket using the Sweet Shop blanket pattern, I think it's called, by Penrose Knits, Laura Penrose, and they love it. They absolutely love it, and they use it all the time. So part of me was like, do I do a quilt for them? And the other part is like, I give away everything I make, so apart from like my shawls and stuff, but even then I do kind of give a couple of them away as well. Let me quickly grab my Deco Dreams shawl and I'll show you that before I go sleep. Okay, this is looking so much, this is words. This is looking really cute and I love it. I'm having so much fun with it. There we go. And I feel really, really proud because this was one of the parts I was really scared about. I didn't know if like I had the skills to do it. But again, typical Stephen West fashion, I feel it's really well explained. And yeah, so I've brought some of that mohair in. I don't know how well that's focusing because of the light. But yeah, I've got that kind of netted, I don't know. Do you know what's really interesting as well? I found that having the mohair, see in the last video I put the ball of mohair on my neck and it was a little bit prickly and I was like, how am I going to feel with this? See when it's like this, I don't notice it at all. It's very, very soft. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I love it. I think it's going to be really, really cute, and yeah, I just really wanted to show you before I go sleep. How many times have I said really in this video so far? Too many. Okay. Now, I've just finished editing and uploading last week's vlog, which shows you how behind I've been with everything. So that's now finished uploading. My washing has just started, which means while that's on, I'm going to go and put my head down for a bit. And I will come back when we're ready to make some more of these guys. Good morning. It is Wednesday. And I wanted to show you all the patches. So I think I've got 12. I'm going to make the blanket or the quilt 6 patches wide, and then I think 7 in length if I have enough scraps, which I think I should. I have ironed on, so I'm putting them on the interfacing, and then what I'm doing is, I'll show you. So I put them on the interfacing, and then I sew down one strip, if you know what I mean. The interfacing just holds them all kind of in place for me. I don't have the fabric touching, I leave the tiniest little gap because that lets you fold it over a bit nicer. Then I cut the interfacing down those seams that I've just sewn, press those seams, and then I do the same that way. And as you can see there, see, because I've left that tiny little gap, it just folds over really, really nicely, and it lets it get quite neat. And you can see those squares in the middle. Now this is like my first quilt, but you can see like they're lining up not too bad. Some of them squint AF, but I'm getting there. And yeah, I have made another 10 patches, which will give me 3 and a bit rows, 3.5 rows ish done. I think I've run out of interfacing. I probably have some upstairs somewhere that I'm going to look for later, but for now I'm going to have a coffee and knit on my I-cord raglan because I need to get some more work done on that, and I'm almost at the point where I'm splitting for the sleeves and the body. I'll fly through that really quickly, so I want to get that done as soon as possible. And I think that's all there is to it for now. Yep. Good morning, it is Friday and I'm going to get some work done on a cross stitch this morning. I think this week has been very much just kind of resting, trying to go over this flare up, and I'm feeling a wee bit better this morning. However, I took Chilly, my dog, a very quick walk with one of my friends from the school and her dog, and I can feel the bottom of my back really starting to hurt, so we're going to rest for the rest of the day, do some crafting and take the medication that we need to take and just see how we go. I did say to my son, my eldest, I said, I'm feeling better today, do you think I can get through today without napping? And he went, probably not. And I was like, where's the hope? But anyway, I started working on my mum's cross stitch this morning. I'm hoping to have that finished for her Christmas this year, and it's a Carolyn Manning design. I think it's called Christmas Coffee or something like that. So I'm going to get some more stitches done on that, and I might do a little bit more on my sewing machine and get some more of those patches put together. And yeah, I think that's my plan. I done some work on my I-cord raglan last night and yesterday afternoon when I was feeling up for it, and I've got a good bit done reading Crescent City. So far I think I'm at like 70% or something, so a lot of progress on a lot of projects, so it's been good. But yeah, I'll check in if there's anything to show. Okay, I have put in 162 stitches today, and I'm now going to go for a lie down. I'm gonna go and lie on top of the bed for a bit. My lower back's getting quite sore, and I'm wanting to get some more reading done on the First Crescent City book. So I'm going to do that. I'm just looking at, it's Markup RXP that I use for my cross stitch patterns, and I'm just looking at the finished picture of what the piece is going to look like. So this is what I've got so far. I think it's looking pretty cute, and then I'll show you what it's going to look like in the end. So in the end, this is what it's going to look like, and I just think it's going to be quite a nice Christmas gift. Sorry, my mum seen it and she talked about how much it would match her sitting room colour palette that they've got going on, and yeah, she just really liked it. Now I have had to substitute a couple of the colours because I didn't have them, but overall I think we're quite similar, and yeah, that's what we're going to look like. So this is my stats on it. So today 162 stitches, and this is what I'm sitting at. So yeah. Hello, it's after school, so apologies if you can hear the wee one upstairs gaming and screaming about fighting people. I promise he's okay. I have done 463 stitches today on this little thing. I mostly done some work like up here, these parts around here, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Sorry, he's screaming about monsters. So yes, now I'm going to very quickly film this bit and then go. I'm going to work on my Deco Dream shawl, and I think I'll work on that for a couple hours and before I settle down for the night and do some more reading. And I think what I'll do is, rather than finishing the vlog on the Friday today, I will film a little bit in the morning and show you how much knitting I got done on that. I think I'd shown you this morning at the start of this video where I was sitting at with it. I also, actually, while I've got you, where can I sit you? Can I put you there? Yeah. So when I came in from the school pickup, I also done a couple of these, not that, these. So these are my patches. I've got some finished ones at the bottom here. I'd shown you them before. So I'll try and block the light a little bit. So that's the kind of finished patch. Obviously it's still a raw edge because I'm going to join them all together. But I have done the seams going down this direction. I have cut the interfacing so that I can then press these seams open like this, and then I'm going to do the seams going this way next. Press them all open and do a little zigzag stitch on top, and that's my plan. So I went through all of the ones that I had ironed onto the interfacing, and I'd done the first row of stitches down and cut the interfacing so that it's ready to go. I might press those seams later on, might not, might just leave that. And I think I'd shown you where I was at with the Deco Dreams thing, but I'll just show you again anyway, just as a refresher. So I'm here. Ew. It's growing. So yeah, I am working on one of the wings. I'm working on one of the wings, getting that mohair in, and yeah, plodding along with that. So I will probably just check in with you in the morning because my partner will be home soon from the golf, and then he'll be on Discord shouting and bawling with his pals all night, and it'll be really, really loud. And like I said, I've got one of the kids upstairs shouting away, playing his games. One of the kids is away for a sleepover, I think I'd mentioned that. So it's going to be a little bit quieter. Probably not much quieter, but quiet enough that I will have the living room to myself tonight, which means I'm going to have pizza and I might have a glass of wine. I get funny when the kids are out, so I'll maybe have a glass of wine and read, and it's going to be amazing.
Like a lot of influencers, again, if their job is to just post about hobbies, like mine is as well. It's like I have so much more time to try out new crafts because my day job is kind of trying out new crafts. If you're working 40-50 hours stick or a yardstick, sorry American, that isn't fair to yourself because you're doing great. If you're even engaging in your hobby like once a week and you work a full-time job, you're doing amazing, sweetie. You are doing so good. I am so proud of you, and it's okay that you're not trying out a new project every other week, okay? It's okay.
Morning, it's Saturday and I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I was working on last night. I decided to pick up a project that I hadn't worked on in probably about a year maybe, and it was English paper piecing, where you get these little paper templates and you can put some scraps of fabric around them, join them all together, and eventually you can remove the papers once all the sides have been stitched. So that middle one, I was able to remove the paper for that since it's all secured in there. And yeah, same kind of idea as a patchwork quilt. Eventually you can stitch them all together. And again, I'm just using scraps of fabric that I have lying about. I've picked up, try to see if there's an example anywhere here. I've picked up shirts and things from charity shops that I like the fabric of, picked them up and I've cut them up into little bits as well. And yeah, I just wanted to show you this little craft that I've been doing as well. I feel like this week and probably next week, while I'm kind of resting, recovering and things, I'm going to be just following the dopamine when it comes to my crafts and working on whatever I can when I feel able. So this was really nice to be able to just sit on the couch and stitch in hand, not really having to hold anything heavy, all of that good stuff. And yeah, it's been really enjoyable. I feel like I was going to say something else there. Oh, Crescent City update. I'm sitting at about 76%. I was reading at 2 o'clock in the morning still. I can't believe it. If you know, you know, but oh my goodness. So I'm desperate to get back to reading that. However, today is one of the days where we drive through to Lanark to visit my parents for the day. So I'll need to wait till night time. So I just wanted to show, in case you hadn't seen it before, that I like to, so there's, bleh, try again. For attaching the fabric to the little paper templates, a lot of people either like paste it on with a really light glue stick, or they'll use some basting stitches, and that's, I've tried both. I prefer the basting it on with thread for a couple different reasons. I feel like when you do it with the thread, it leaves enough give at the edges where you can pick up those couple threads when you're joining the hexagons together. And it means that, see, when you're removing the papers, you're literally just snipping that thread and then you can pull the papers out. I know that a lot of people prefer the glue basting method because it is a little bit quicker. I honestly think, in my own experience, the time that you save putting them together, like putting the fabric onto the hexes, you lose that time trying to take them out. That's only my opinion. Maybe I've just not figured out the best way to do it, but I find it really therapeutic, like adding them on and just getting them to fit and put those little stitches in. And yeah, my only concern is I've got, so I'm using this Gutermann polyester. I wanted something really strong, and a lot of people said that this is what they used. And as you can see, I'm very much nearly finished. I did order 2 more spools of it, along with another spool of the thread that I'm using for my patchwork blanket that I'm making on the sewing machine. And then I might have got 2 fat quarter packs, but that's not the point. The point being is, I'm obviously about to run out of this. I don't know if I should just wait until that order comes, which will probably be like halfway through next week because I think it was just standard delivery. Do I jump into Hobbycraft later and pick up another spool of it? But then that means that I'm going to have that spool plus the 2 that I've ordered. It seems quite excessive. Or do I use a different thread and just use like a normal cotton thread instead of this stronger polyester stuff? Because at the end of the day, if it's all going to be quilted together anyway, there's not going to be a lot of pull on individual patches, if that makes sense. But then I'm going to know that it's different thread. Anyway, I think what I'll probably do is when this runs out, I will just put it down and work on a cross stitch until my order comes. Can't decide if I want to work on the Christmas coffee cross stitch that I was working on the other day. Can't decide if I want to work on that today at my parents', or if I want to work on the Deadly Aquarium one, which I haven't worked on. Again, I've not touched a lot of my cross stitch for months, so I feel like I'm starting to get back into it, which is nice. And yeah, I'm kind of in the mood for working on some dangerous fish, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to share the little English paper piecing. Have you ever tried this? Have you done this? Let me know. Let me know if you've made anything with them. I mean, I've got a full tub there of like the flowers, the finished 7 hexy thing. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just whack them all together and make a quilt in 5 years' time. Like, for me, it's the keeping my hands busy thing. Because of the ADHD, I struggle to just sit and watch TV or sit and, like, I always need to be doing something with my hands. And yeah, this was really nice last night to be able to sit and work on this. It's a small thing. It's not hurting my arms, it's not hurting my joints, like all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And it's not that hard, honestly. Like, give it a go if you've not already. It's really therapeutic and it's fun to watch them build out and stuff. Anyway, sorry if you can hear my child screaming on Fortnite and my partner snoring. I'm just popping in because I forgot to film an outro, and if you're going to watch next week's one, you'll see that I'm wearing the same outfit because I'm going to start next week's one today. It's Monday. I'm just about to make a coffee and sit down and wrap up last week's vlog editing stuff and have a coffee and work on some more sewing things. But I just wanted to say a massive thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you, you know, carving out that time, spending that time with me, whether you were working on something, doing a bit of tidying up, anything, you know, having me on in the background. I just want you to know that I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed listening to me rambling. But yeah, if you did work on anything, I'd love to know what you were working on. If you enjoyed it and you want to stick around and see what I got up to later or how projects progress, then I'd love it if you could like subscribe, maybe, if you want. You don't need to. But yeah, I will see you next week. Love you, bye.